of my eye. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we show our best life through the lens of holistic health. See, I feel like we just gotta slow it down, know each step, but welcome back. All right, my name is Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and as usual, I have with me the beautiful, the smiling, the curl-rific bead queen herself. Well, maybe not yet, but by this evening, you're going to be the bead queen herself. Please introduce yourself.
What up, party people? My name is Sinclair, aka
The
Health Nerd. Happy to be here on a Sunday, a hot Sunday afternoon.
How you know it's hot? You ain't been outside yet.
I just know.
How you know?
I just know.
No, it's hot.
It's
no,
hot.
it's hot.
It's hot.
No, it's hot. 100%. So without getting too far, into it before we prelude. So
Gotta love when it starts out like that.
It starts with y'all know I have a few problems, right? And one of the problems is, and we do have a video on here, but I have a problem of sometimes holding on to things, right? I can do some deep psychological analysis and figure out where it comes from, I'm sure, but I just feel like once I get stuff, whether it's people, friends, or even just like movies, things, chairs, I want to keep them, right? And the queen kind of put me out on blast. Yesterday we were doing a little doc series, and she was like, "Look at this chair."
This chair, y'all. I'm not over exaggerating.
It's
chair.
It's a struggle. If you can, Jair, you can pull up the video of the chair so that people can see what it looks like. But don't judge me, all right? But today's episode is kind of talking about our health journey that we've been through and some of the things that we've had to let go of to get to the place that we are today. And the title is, the Mike Jones effect, because it's like, back then they didn't want me, now I'm healthy, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm healthy. I said, all that. So definitely the Mike Jones effect taken into place. But we're going to go through a little bit of our health journey, some decisions we've made on letting certain things go, growing into certain situations, and different habits. All right. Sound good to you, Queen?
Sound good.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Pineapple. That is good stuff, y'all. I don't know why we weren't doing this earlier. Why weren't we eating during podcasts?
It's hard to eat and talk.
Valid point. I'm you got me there, Queen. But I just feel like, one, it keeps the energy up. It keeps it a little bit more lively. I don't know. I might, y'all let us know if it's we should be eating and not like full meals.
Right.
Okay, we'll be grubbing like that on the podcast. But some fruit, that's on brand. That makes sense.
If you're wondering why I'm not eating, I just brushed my teeth. And as I was explaining to Devon, if you've ever brushed your teeth and then tried to eat something, like, it doesn't taste the same, especially fruit. Like, it just tastes off.
True.
So I'm gonna wait until this mint taste goes
clears.
Yeah, before I indulge.
Hey, you do you. I just hope the fruit's still there by the time the whole mint thing gets situated.
Okay.
All right.
I won't be too hurt.
But let's dive right into it, Queen. Step number one. I know we have a nice little outline. Y'all know we're trying to get better at following these outlines. Queen, what's number one on the list?
So when we're thinking about our journey, our health journey, we kind of broke it down into kind of the major categories that we've addressed and the decisions that we've made within those categories. So the first one we want to talk about is nutrition. We talk about that a lot. That is, one of the biggest input factors to your health.
Literally.
Yes. Input, literally.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one. And that was one of the first things we also addressed in terms of our health journey. So if we could pull up the graphic that shows our nutrition journey, we can kind of walk through the three things that the decisions that we've made. The first one being limiting our meat consumption.
Yes.
So back in 2007, was it 2017?
This was
Or
during
2016?
college, so it's 15 or 16. Yeah, this was
Yeah.
during college. Yeah. So for me,
For
and
you.
I'll start off. The first thing that I started to limit as far as meat was pork. Right, and that was in 2014, 2015. I was like, okay, no more pork. Made that decision to maybe not no more, but limited like severely. I only eat it for holidays and maybe when the queen forces me when we're in Italy. But other than that, I'm not right my life. Oh, eat this pepperoni in Italy.
Spicy salami.
Spicy salami. My apologies, Italiano. But that was my first kind of step, and then I even played around with vegetarian, pescatarian a little bit during college as
We
well.
did like that week.
Yeah.
We did it like as a group, right?
Yeah. Played around with it a little bit, but I would say when we, as a unit, as a squad, 2017, I think when we moved in together, we were like, cool, this is how we eat.
Yeah. So that was kind of our first, and that initial jump that we made as a squad, as a couple, was that we are not going to consume meat, and by meat we. What are you doing? This is not an ASMR. This man, for those of you listening, this man is trying to eat the grape and have y'all hear it. We're about to lose followers.
Listen, if y'all ain't here to support me eating nutrient dense meals,
here we go. So the first thing we did was limit our consumption of meat. Meat being chicken, beef, any type of like land meat or like poultry, anything like that, turkey, pork, all of that. So we limited that to when we travel and when we, hence Italy, and on holidays. That's kind of how we decided it was best for us to moderate how much we eat meat.
Right.
So that was kind of the first big thing, and that lasted for, I feel like we did that for like a year before we even changed from that. We really got solid in like realizing after 22, 23 years of eating this way, it's going to take some time to get used to that. So we gave ourselves like a year before we even considered changing anything. And then after that, I think we even for maybe another year, 6 months to a year, we did vegetarian during the week, and we only ate seafood on the weekends. And this is when we were in Port Wanini. And that really wasn't that big of a shift, because again, after you've already been, kind of not eating things that you were used to eating before, it's just that tiny step further, to where we were eating again just vegetarian during the week. So we would have black bean enchiladas, quesadillas, and things like that. Ramen. Yeah, those were good days.
The chili,
quinoa chili. So that's where a lot of the recipes, that are vegetarian based that we have now, that we circle throughout our diet, come from. From that time period where we were challenging ourselves to eat vegetarian.
Right. And the point that I want to really bring home here is the fact that you can give yourself flexibility. And I think me more so, like I was like, no, we said we're gonna be vegetarian, we said we were pescatarian, this is our lifestyle forever. And I feel like you were like coaching us through like, no, it's okay to be like, give yourself a little bit of flexibility, like, all right now for this year, let's do this, but if something comes up, we can always shift it, as long as you're making conscious decisions to still live healthy. Right. And I think it was your point on like, right now our process right now is during the weekend we'll still eat some chicken. And it's because there's only so much healthy seafood that you can consume before it starts being like, is all that shrimp really better than getting some chicken breasts, right? Is all that catfish really better than getting some chicken breasts? So being able to make conscious decisions and be like, all right, let's go ahead and sprinkle in some chicken during this point of our life. And if later on we want to move away from that, we can. So for the folks that are on here like, oh, limit my meat, what you talking about? Like, you can go in waves. Maybe there's a certain goal you're trying to hit. Maybe there's a wedding you're about to go to. Maybe there's a vacation you want to go to, and you want to feel what vegetarian or pescatarian can be like for 2-3 months. Challenge yourself and do that for 2 or 3 months, and know that obviously at the end you can decide what you want to bring back. And I think you're going to even want to limit yourself after you come back, because you're going to feel good. You're going to feel that body change. You're going to see that body change. You're going to feel it in your mind and body. So I feel like when you come back, you're not going to want to eat steak every single day after being off of it for 3 months.
Right. And I think it's just to piggyback off of that, I think the important part is to allow yourself that flexibility. So yes, when you're starting out, don't just go cold turkey. You can't go from, I would say you can't, you do your thing, but it's really hard to go from the standard American diet to vegan in one day. Like that's a very drastic change. So start with like, okay, meatless Mondays. Start with one meal. Yep. Like, okay, for breakfast this whole week, I'm going to try not to eat meat. And then maybe the next week, now you're adding in lunch. So now for 2 meals of the day. And then the next week, now you're at dinner. And by the end of the month, now you have accomplished what you're trying to accomplish, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel overwhelming like it's been all at once. But yeah, allow your mind to change. It's okay. Once you make a decision, you can't change your mind. You have to listen to your body at the end of the day. So I think even I'm very much changing my scope on food and what I see as, and trying to get out of the good versus bad and just trying to get good quality food. I'm trying to get the king over to my side a little bit more. But he still is very like anti-meat, which is fine. We will find the happy medium.
It's not anti-meat. It's I know myself, and I feel like once I let that floodgate open, it's not gonna be good. Personally. Understand. But number 2, your favorite thing, kind of nutrient dense. You're like,
I forgot what number 2 was.
What we're doing. Nutrient dense foods, Queen. Yes. Can you talk about our decision to put those things into our diet?
Yeah. So I think when you're trying to eat better, right, you have a step where you do need to kind of eliminate the things that are not good for you. Mm-hmm. But then once you do that, I think the next focus is, now how do I add more things that are good for me? And you can do those at the same time. Yep. But this is just walking through our journey. So even, this is even right now, really focusing on adding things that are nutrient dense. By nutrient dense, that means, for the amount of calories, it has a lot of nutrients. And this is the opposite of empty calories, which are a lot of calories, but no nutrients. That's what, unfortunately, a lot of things that we eat today are. So putting a focus on nutrient dense things. So that's when, we were going heavy, not as much anymore, but, really at the start of our journey, we were going heavy on smoothies, because that's a good way to consume really not a lot of calories, but getting a lot of nutrients with your fruits, your veggies, your nuts and seeds, your healthy fats with like the nut milk. And then also we would also add like some protein powder and a superfood concentrate.
Listen, I might go ahead and smoothie up for the next 2 weeks for lunch to get ready for. I might go ahead and smoothie up, for that trip.
Yeah.
But the thing that we, I think, not replace, but is a pretty solid substitute for the smoothies, it's time saver for sure. Doesn't taste as good. Is what?
Chia pudding.
No. Oh. Chia pudding is good too, especially when you do the bowl thing. But I was thinking organic.
Gotcha.
Right. So the fact that we're able to get our immune system bumped up, we have the moringa, the spirella, the spirulina. Thank you, Queen. We got the spinach in there, the ashwagandha, the kale, all of that within this one mix, and you're able to drink it really quickly. Yeah, that's been a lifesaver.
And that is a very, very nutrient dense thing that you can consume on a daily basis. That will, notice the difference right away, just the energy that you feel. So those are definitely some things that we've done to just increase the nutrient density of what we're eating, as well as just, if you're going to have a pasta, rather than just having noodles and shrimp, right, add some spinach, add some tomatoes, add some onions, add some garlic, add some peppers, add some things that are also, have good nutrient density to them. So just really packing any meal you have with as many nutrients as possible is how you really feel great.
Right. And while we pull up the last number 3, bringing us home for nutrition, I feel like a way to go about it is to think beyond taste. What is what I'm eating doing for my body? Like, I feel like everything you put into your body, or most things, should have a purpose to it. And I feel like when you focus on nutrition and density as you're eating things, they have purpose. Right. Now the last one, my favorite icon on the screen is to let go or remix. Can you talk about what that means, Queen?
Yeah, so again, framing this in the aspect of these were decisions that we made. This is something that we still do today, and let go or remix basically means becoming more aware of your body and how the food you eat affects your body, and being able to make those changes according to what you find out. So for example, we both realize that dairy is not our friend.
Not at all. Listen, they're not welcome here. Don't call for the holidays. Nothing.
But especially like the cheese, the heavy creams, and the regular milk, like those are things. Cream cheese. I don't know if I said that. Cream cheese is like the number one thing that doesn't agree
arch
with
enemy.
Us. Yeah. So we've pretty much made that swap. Every now and then we did have pizza yesterday. We do make the conscious decision that I'm going to eat, we're going to eat some pizza. But what we didn't do, which we normally would have done, is have like an Alfredo sauce with the ricotta cheese and the mozzarella cheese and the Parmesan cheese. That's asking for disaster, right? So now we don't use any other dairy other than the cheese on top. But that's not a normal thing at all. You're going to say something.
Listen. What? You just laughing at the start?
Yes.
Listen, I used to be growing up a cheese fiend, like double cheeseburgers with quadruple cheese on it, macaroni and cheese with all types of cheese inside of it. Or dairy, period, like give me the ice cream, the double scoops. I need my tacos with a dollop of sour cream cheese. Like I used to be, and I used to love the feel of it, the taste of it. And I used to pay the consequences as a young man after that dairy. As I'm getting older, my body's not quite equipped to fight those same battles, and I feel like the dairy is only getting stronger. I feel like I'm getting older, and my body's like, oh, I can't do it. Meanwhile, it's like Rocky.
Dairy's like,
Carrie's like, I'm gonna get you. So it was I think it was sometime this year where I was fighting one of my battles with cream cheese. I think it was after maybe you made some beautiful, amazing strawberry pizza or something with cream cheese.
What it was.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm tapping out, dairy.
Yeah,
I'm good. Y'all got this. I'm gonna live my life, and we're gonna find a healthy dairy substitute. We found some vegan cream cheese. There's vegan sour cream. There's cheeses where I still get the texture, a little bit of the taste that I need, and I don't need to fight anybody.
Right. And milk. I mean, you can milk anything these days.
Listen, coconut milk, I think I like better than regular milk. It tastes better. I feel like it's probably healthier.
It is healthier.
Definitely healthier, according to my health coach.
That can be individualized for you. Definitely healthier.
Yeah. So go ahead and let go and remix some of those things. I promise you, the taste is still there, especially if you can cook. The taste is still there.
And then just one more way that we like to remix, because we still like to indulge and have some fried chicken every now and then. Fried chicken and waffles, which I made just the other day. But how do you make it healthier is we have an air fryer now. Amazing.
Shout out to my dad for putting us on the air fryer. He was like, you need to get one of these. He said that for like months, and I was like, yeah, whatever, air fryer. I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna taste good. We got it.
Fire. So we had fried chicken in the air fryer, much, much, much healthier, right? You just spritz a little bit of avocado oil in it rather than deep frying it and all of that oil. We're good. And then also, waffles, there's so many flour substitutes as well. So if you, rather than eating the highly refined white flour that usually spikes your blood sugar really high, you can use almond flour. You can use chickpea flour. You can use, there's really a whole bunch of different flours out there. So just go to your baking aisle and pick your poison, or pick your medicine. There we go.
Pick your medicine. And so again, just one last time, and maybe you can talk about even the sugar substitutes. Go ahead, talk real quick. We're already talking
real
over
quick.
time.
You got your stevia, you got your monk fruit, you got your dates. Those would be my top 3 that we use. Dates are really good because they don't really affect your glycemic, and they are very natural. You can literally you can make homemade date syrup. You can make all of these things, or you could throw dates in like a smoothie or something that's getting mixed up, and there you go. You get your sweetener. Monk fruit. They have at Costco. We just bought a bag that looks just like sugar. So literally, you don't even really notice the difference. And then stevia is another good one. You can get it in packet or in liquid form. Great for coffee and stuff like that. It's even stronger than sugar. So I drink it with my coffee. I add like 2 drops to my coffee and I'm good. And again, keeps that glycemic index much more stabilized rather than spiking it every time.
Right. So it's not about completely, even personally letting go of the things that give you happiness, letting go of those delicious foods, that good brunch food. It's about finding a healthier way to consume those same things. Right. All right. We're good on nutrition.
I think so. I always like to say, we want to start making the disclaimer, right? I'm not a nutritionist, so definitely go, see your doctor, go see a dietitian, get what's right for you. But these are just, we're going through our journey and what we have learned works for us.
Ding! All right, Queen. What is next after we've kind of focused on our nutrition? What is the next highlight for us?
Exercise and movement. Naturally, that's another thing that folks usually go to. Oh yeah, when they're trying to get healthier. So that's definitely something that we have been focusing on in the last couple of years as well. So if we could pull up the graphic for our movement journey, and some decisions that we have made, starting with my favorite, prioritizing mobility. So that's something that, when we're talking about, really you have to figure out in your exercise or movement journey, what is your goal? And I think at least for me, my goal is longevity. I want to be able to move for as long as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to be able to pick up and play with my great grandkids.
And them GMGs.
That too. But with that being said, I'm not going to be out training for a marathon. Why? No shade to anybody that does that. That is an amazing accomplishment. I bow down. Congrats. But, unfortunately, the body isn't necessarily made to be doing that rigorous of activity for that long. So again, it's a great thing to be accomplished, but that's not something that most people do throughout their lives, and they don't see some type of deterioration in their body. So I want to do things that are fun, that are kind of that are, I want to say, light on the body, but they're not too harsh on the muscles. And if it is, it's in a good way that strengthens it. So I feel
like you would really love Tai Chi.
I really want to try it.
I feel like you would.
I really want to try it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love functional mobility work because it is really just using body weight to just put your body in different positions that force it to stretch and in ways that it should be able to. Unfortunately, in our sedentary lifestyle these days, we don't move as much, but things that your body should be able to do. Like you should be able to separate your feet about a little past shoulder width and squat down to the floor.
Easy money.
Like, and I was not able to do that a year ago. But that's something that I have been focusing on because that's something that I want to be able to do moving forward.
Yep. Everything that the Queen said, except I don't really quite do the ninja stuff that she's doing. Maybe I'll work up to that someday. I do more so I focus on yoga, and I'm doing my pull-ups. I'm running, not marathons, but just nice little jogs out there. But yeah, my main thing is really yoga, because I feel like growing up, I stretched a little bit, but I feel like I lost a little bit of my limber. And I feel like injuries as you're getting older, with your back, with your legs, knees, all of that just happens. And I think it's because you're not limber. Right. So I'm just trying to every single day wake up, do my stretching. And it also links to, I don't know if we're gonna talk about meditation later, but it also helps with my anxiety, my stress levels. Like just taking those 5 minutes, those 10 minutes to just stretch it out helps a lot. Last thing, I was doing some hooping today.
Yes.
Right. I just did some hooping today, and usually the Queen can attest that when I hoop, I'm hurt. Like back in the day, I'm hurt. Like, my back, my legs, my body, back, I can't. And I'm just like done for the rest of the day. But lately, I think because of the stretching, because when I go out there, I'm drinking Himalayan water or Himalayan salt, olive oil. I got some turmeric in there. Talk to your health coach, all that good stuff. But it's been working amazing for me. I have no cramps after basketball. I got energy after basketball. Like literally, I just played.
I just
6
games.
Yeah, I played 6 games today, and I'm feeling feeling good. I'm feeling young.
Hey.
You know what I'm talking about? So, yes. So for me, it's been working. So I want to keep on stretching, keep moving my body.
It's a good segue because I feel like playing basketball on Sunday with your dad and with your brother is a part of your routine.
Yep.
Which that is the next decision that we decided to make, is making fitness or exercise and movement a part of our routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no shame in saying you have a better movement and fitness routine than I do.
Thanks,
but you you've
walk
already gone over some of it, but
Uh-huh.
walk the folks through your routine.
So my main routine every single day is to go ahead and wake up, usually 6:30, 6:45. I'll do my 5 to 7 minutes of yoga, drink my water with a little lemon, turmeric, olive oil, water, drink that. Then I go on a walk to the park about 0.5 miles away. I'll do several sets of pull-ups, push-ups, and then walk back. I do that for probably 4 days a week. One of the days a week, instead of walking to the park, I'll actually go and do some light sprints. Not full out sprints, because I feel like my body is just not. Well, first of all, what am I training for? I don't need to be doing full out sprints. What am I doing? I'm not an athlete, but just enough, like 80%, to know that I can. Hey, if I need to catch somebody, if I need to run for something, I still got it.
Functional.
Right? Yeah, functional, exactly. And then on Sundays is my day to go out and hoop, get some real hardcore cardio, and do some nice socializing with human beings.
Nice. Yeah, mine definitely need to work on staying consistent with mine. But mine usually, in terms of the fitness or movement, is I usually wake up and either get on the bike. We do have a little bike out there, and I'm usually trying to be as quiet as possible because this is usually like 6 a.m. that I'm doing this. So I usually do the bike and then some functional mobility work for like 25 minutes, and then I'll finish off with a little like 5-minute meditation, and then I'm getting ready. So yeah, that's a little bit of ours. And we for a while started incorporating hikes as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's
hot.
It's hot right now. It's really hot.
And doesn't wake up early in the morning.
Yeah, that's good to do. We in California, so luckily that's something good we can do in like the winter time, like January. That's the perfect time to go out and hike because it's not that hot. Summertime, especially where we live, is rough because it's almost triple digits and we're not trying to die. So, yeah, but that's pretty much. Oh, and then the last one, which is also kind of what we've been talking about too, is the other decision we made was to make it fun.
Yeah.
It's no good. The best exercise, I really like this phrase, the best exercise is one you'll do. So if you don't like running, then making yourself run every single day is not going to be what's up. It's not going to be sustainable. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to dread it every single day, and it's probably not going to last, right? But if you know that you love swimming, then find a pool near you and go a couple of days a week. Yep. Find something you like to do because I feel like we get too caught up in like I'm trying to lose weight, so let me make sure I'm doing an hour of cardio. So I'm going to go and run for an hour. But if you don't like running, you're not even going to see those results as much as you would if you found something that you love doing. Right. So for me, I love dancing, and I need to do a better job of incorporating that more into like my weekly routine. But sometimes when I'm just, I've had a day and I'm just like, I just kind of want to move. I'll just find a random video of some dance sometimes I'll just dance myself, but a lot of times I want to take I just want to kind of zone in on something. So I'll just find a random like dance video that I like, and I'll just watch the video and I'll learn it, and I'll pretend like I'm in class. But it's just me. So I don't have to worry about nobody watching me. I can kind of just do what I want. But yeah, not have the stress of trying to choreograph something or come up with something myself. But I know that dancing is something that I love to do, and honestly, it is the thing that will get me burning the calories the longest without me even realizing it. Right. There are some exercises, like when I'm on my bike, the bike is cool, but it's like, okay, I've been here for 5 minutes. How many calories I burned? Yeah. Right. But when I'm dancing, I'm like 45 minutes go by and I'm like, shoot, 700 calories. Crap. That doesn't even feel like that. So yeah, just find something that you like to do. It will be so much more enjoyable, but it will also make it more likely that you will stick with it.
Agreed. Random. I love when I'm able to come home and I see you dancing, or if I'm in my zone in the office and I come out, take a break, and you over there. I'm just like,
if y'all are just listening to this, you have to go to the YouTube video to see
see my moves.
Yes, you got to do
it. And then one like quick thing. I don't know. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna do one thing. I had two, but for the sake of time, I'll do one. what I love to also do is how can you multitask in your working out?
Mhm.
And that doesn't mean like you're doing something like stringent and trying to multitask at the same time. Like no, but
Like,
stretching.
don't lift weights and
I mean, I do that sometimes. To be honest with you, lifting weights and just watching TV. If I'm just
okay, that type of, I'm talking about.
yeah, like if you like
don't
doing
try to
power
max
cleans,
out. Yeah, don't
like,
try to
no.
max out while you're doing something else. Focus on having the right form and everything.
Correct. But I love being able to find things that I like. Riding the bike is a perfect riding the bike and watching a YouTube channel that's giving me some education or inspiration. Come on, Fitbit. Yes, 3,000 calories already.
Nice.
Let's go. Or stretching, right? Stretching, listening to a podcast.
Mhm.
Even on my walks in the morning, I love to listen to usually Secret to Success podcast
Mhm.
or an audiobook. So I'm still multitasking. So for me, if like maybe you have a lot of things going on, you're a little bit busy, find things that you can, double up in that doesn't stress you out. That
Right.
actually saves you time and saves you energy.
If you got like a work call, or if you're working from home, you got a work call that you can just listen to. Maybe you're not an active participant. Perfect time to, go for a walk, get on a treadmill, get on the bike, stretch, all of that.
Yep. All right. Next, what we talking about, Queen? After we leave nutrition, get your input right. We leave exercise, gotta get your output right.
Stress management.
Ooh, this is my weakness.
Yes, both of us.
This
It's
is
hard.
our weakness. It
hard.
is very hard. Why do you think it's hard? Before we dive into it, why do you think it's hard?
Because I feel like we have, I don't want to say we have more stressors than ever, but they're just more present. They're more in your face. Because I feel like these are great, but it can be stressful too, because all of the world's stressors are right at the palm of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we still working on this part. Literally, we probably gonna get to this at the end of the podcast. But there's been some stressful things happening this week.
Right.
Woo! But the things that we do to stress, if we can go ahead and pull that up, one thing is meditation. So I'm able to every single day when I'm doing my yoga, there's the 2 minutes of savasana, and those 2 minutes, y'all, I cherish those 2 minutes where I'm just laying there, I'm breathing, I'm visualizing. I get the time to really slow down and think a little bit. Love those days. And there's been times where I feel like I'm so stressed, I don't have time to do yoga. But then I need to be like, no, Devon, it's 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Do the yoga. It's literally 5 minutes. And then I'll do the 5 minutes and I always feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
So I feel like for kind of going back to why are we so stressed, I feel like if we took the more time when we feel the stress to do our box breaths or to do the yoga, we would feel better. But in our head, we're like, I don't have time. I gotta work. I gotta do this. I'm stressed. I don't got time to breathe.
Right.
Right.
And then just adds some
it just snowballs. Right. Number 2 on stress. I got it. If we can pull it, no, you're good, Queen. If we can pull it back up, number 2 on stress is the yoga. Extremely helpful. The app that I use is called Down Dog. They're not a sponsor, but they've been, giving it to me for free, so I appreciate it. But Down Dog, free app, literally 5 to 20 minutes per day. You can have different focuses. You can do core focus, leg focus, strength focus, balance focus, standing focus, whatever you want to do to switch it up every day. I do the same one so I can kind of see my progress, and I also just focus on core because I'm trying to get it right, get it tight. You feel me? But yoga is a great de-stressor, and it's also good for that functional mobility we were talking about earlier.
Right.
The next one, anything you want to sprinkle before I do the next one?
No, just that I feel like when this is in general for stress management,
making the words,
activities. I feel like it's so easy to get into that mode that you were just talking about, where it's like, I have so much to do. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to do yoga. I don't have time to create my to-do list. But that's only fueling the fire, because then you're going to go back into that stressful place. You're going to feel overwhelmed, and then you're going to need more stress management. So just take the time, take the 5 minutes, right? Whatever you're doing can wait the 5 minutes, because those 5 minutes will help you deal with whatever stress you're currently, facing. To-do lists, that's one you're very good at and that I need to get better at. Creating a to-do list is a good way to, if you are like me and you just have a lot of things in your head, it can feel very overwhelming. So when you put it down into a list, then it looks much more manageable. Like, oh, all I have to do is this, and then that. But if you, unless you put it down into a list, into actionable steps, it can feel very overwhelming.
Agreed. I love to-do lists because multiple things, and I have a not a quote but a saying in my head. It's not going to come out as cool as I want it to come out, but hopefully you can help me remix it.
Mhm.
I feel like reacting creates stress,
Yes.
right? Because when you think things are happening, you're just reacting to it. Preparing defeats stress, right? And maybe defeat is too strong of a word, but I feel like when you're prepared, at least for me, when I feel completely prepared, I'm not stressed. Maybe nervous, maybe anxious, but if I know I've done the things I need to do to prepare for an interview, to prepare for the games being ready, if I know like I've really checked these boxes, I'm not stressed.
It definitely lessens stress.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the shoot. I had a.
Come back.
You said repeat it one more time.
I said reaction or reacting creates stress.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Okay.
And
And
I remembered.
preparation defeats stress.
Yeah, I feel like it may be taking it too. I don't know if it's taking it too deep, but it's something we've talked about too.
Mm,
I feel like it's you are either letting life happen to you,
mm,
or you creating the life that is a
yeah.
little bit more stress free that you want to happen. I feel like that's
Mm,
kind of one of the differences too. I feel like if you're in the mindset of being prepared and being proactive, then I feel like it's a little bit more stress, a little bit more stress when you're in that mindset of this is what I'm doing to prepare and to create the life I want.
mm,
Whereas I feel like if you're just reacting, then it's just life is just feels like it's just happening to you, and you just have to kind of go with the flow and catch
exactly.
catch what's coming to you, and that can feel very overwhelming
Very.
and feel like you don't have any control in the matter.
Mm.
And it's just that mindset shift that can make it, just feel less stressful.
100%. And I have a slight tangent, but still kind of on point.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, good conversation though. I like this. I feel like for me, and I'm getting a little bit out of it, but sometimes it comes back. Is on social media, you see a whole bunch of people, quote unquote, winning
Mm-hmm.
in like everything, right? We got truck drivers, we got vending machine people, we got credit repair people, we got people on Teachers Pay Teachers, we got podcast people, we got belief in fatherhood, we got board games, and it's like you see so many people winning, and also so many opportunities to win like them. Like, oh, if you buy this course, then you'll get this. If you can buy this course, you can get this. And at one point, I was very like stressed and overwhelmed and trying to take advantage of as many different opportunities as possible. I was reacting, trying to create wealth. Right. It was like, dang, I want to be wealthy. Dang, I want to live that lifestyle, and I see that they have it. Let me just react. Let me do all this stuff. But when you sit back and you're like, no, this is my plan for wealth.
Right.
This is our lane and how we're going to do it. This is our plan. Let's follow this plan. It's less stressful. It may take more time, maybe, sometimes not, maybe not, but it may take more time. It may be like, us building and not taking all these different courses. And sometimes taking a course makes you feel like you're taking a step forward. But I really feel like stress wise, mental health wise, and probably longevity wise, figure out what your lane is, figure out what your steps to wealth or to your goal are, and stick with that plan.
Yep.
Cool.
Good ad.
I'm gonna eat my grape now.
I don't think. Do we have anything else on stress management? Can we pull that graphic up one more time?
There was one more. Yeah.
Oh, remove yourself. So sometimes when it's too much, and it's also stressors that you can't remove. Like if we don't got kids, but I imagine kids can be very stressful. You obviously cannot remove your kids from the situation, but you can remove yourself temporarily. Obviously, we're not talking about leaving anybody's kids, but we can remove yourself temporarily by taking a weekend. You know what? I'm gonna hire a babysitter. I'm gonna go leave them with the grandkids. I'm gonna take a weekend to myself.
You'll leave the kids with the grandkids. Listen.
Oh, sorry.
Don't listen. Listen, if she's y'all better listen close. I'm telling y'all, do not leave your kids with the grandkids unless your grandkids are old enough. Right?
Grandparents,
Yes. Also, flip side of that, like definitely remove yourself from stressful situations, aka sometimes this neighborhood we go remove ourselves because it's a stressful environment. But also sometimes you got to remove the stress itself, right? So if there's a certain person that's always calling, they're always giving you stress, unless they like real family, maybe you want to start maybe not texting that person back too often. If you're in a job situation, or there's a side hustle situation, or if there's this like people or things that are causing you stress and you have the ability and you don't have any obligation, sometimes you might need to go ahead and remove that thing or that person that's causing you stress, whether it's a lifestyle decision or it's just I need to focus right now for this month to get this project done. So I'm locking it down. And sometimes I'll tell the queen, I'm like, not that you're a stressor, queen. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. But sometimes I'll be like, hey, queen, I'm in the hole. I'll be like, I'll come off like, queen, I'm in the hole. And that means like, queen, I'm about to put my headphones on and I need to lock in on this project to get some stuff done. And sometimes respectfully, you need to get in that zone. Right. Anything else on stress?
Nope.
Good?
Nope.
No, you took as in you're about to say something brilliant.
I'm going to have us move on.
Oh, go ahead.
The last one is about getting outside. So that's definitely another focus that we have made, another decision that we've made, that we are going to purposefully get outside. Because it's very easy to stay inside, especially in COVID-19 times when we're forced to stay inside. It's very easy to stay in that mode. It's the comfortability. But if we could pull up the graphic, there's a couple, decisions that we've made and ways that we force ourselves or motivate ourselves to go and get outside. So one is hiking. It's definitely something that we've started really in the last year, like seriously. But we didn't do too much like when we were in Port Washington.
No, we just went to the beach.
Yeah. But we've actually, started doing some hiking on the weekends. We'll go find a trail nearby and just hiking. We're not the like intense hikers that are about to do multiple miles or if I got to use my hand, I'm not. Okay. But just it's a nice way to get outside, get in nature. Breathe that fresh air. But also, we always have some good conversations. We're always talking during that time.
Great conversation.
It's a good thing to do with groups, with other people. That's definitely something that we've incorporated when it's not 100 degrees outside.
Big facts. Number 2, this is I don't know if favorite's the right word, but I feel like it's so easy to do, and I feel like it's low-key slept on. And it's just going outside and taking a walk around the block.
Yeah.
And I think I got pushed towards this when we were doing the Fitbit challenges. Because I think before then I was chilling. Like I would do my morning workouts, but then after that I was like, I'm not leaving the house. I'm good. I'm right here. Yeah. But then do the Fitbit challenges got me into all right, well, let me get 100 more steps. Let me get 500 more steps so I can win. And then after the Fitbit challenges, I was like, Devon, you have the time to go outside. Right. Why not just take a nice little break, remove yourself from looking at the screen for 24/7 and just go out, get some sun. And I did feel a emotional difference as well. And it could be the sunlight and my body's, getting the vitamin D. It could be the endorphins from moving, the dopamine from getting out there. Not sure, what it was specifically, but having those random times throughout the day of taking walks, of getting good movement, getting your heart rate up, made me feel better and more active throughout the day.
Definitely. My favorite on the list,
by far, y'all know who you're talking to?
Yeah, is with travel. So when we are traveling, that's usually like on a consistent basis, like throughout the whole week. If we're there for a whole week, we're probably getting the most sunlight that we have in a while. Because we'll be outside exploring. We rarely get a car or anything where we're at, especially if we're going internationally. So we're doing a lot of walking.
Yep.
A lot of walking,
Ain't nothing changed on this trip coming up.
There you go. A lot of walking, a lot of just chilling at the beach, being outside in nature, hiking, seeing the sights. That's another way that we have, we like to get outside. We'll go on our excursions, doing our, kayaking or ATVing or jet skiing or what is what
I don't want to say anyone because the ones
that then you're going to think
yes. The only ones that are coming to my head are the ones that I booked for this trip. So
I got you. All right.
You thought you caught you.
I really wasn't. Anyways. So that's another way that you can get outside.
So if this is your first time listening, one, sorry for the corniness, not really, but I've been planning a surprise trip for the queen.
Yes.
She doesn't know where we're going.
Nope.
She doesn't know what we're doing.
Nope.
And I'm trying to keep it because I've been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder, but I've been good so far. So in case you wonder, like, in case keep saying, "Oh, we're going to," you're like, "Oh, did it cut out? Did my internet drop?" No, nothing happened. I don't trust nobody with this information. Literally nobody knows where we're going. They keep asking. Like, I'm just like, I'm not going to stress you out because if the queen calls, if she, gets you into a back alley and starts to interrogate you, I don't want you.
I'm outside your house. Spill it.
Where are we
going? Like a match. Spill it.
All right, let's bring it back. We're almost done. Are we good with that one?
Yeah,
I think we're good.
That was it.
Cool. So that's kind of our health journey in a one episode. I like the fact that we brought this back because I think episode 1 or episode 2
we talked about our journey.
Was starting our health journey.
Yeah.
And now we're at episode
67.
67. Come on.
Insert applause.
Come on. We in here. Right. We got to get one of those soundboards. But yeah, I like the roundness, the fact that, and maybe I'll even go back and listen to what we talked about there versus what we talked about here, what the difference is in those journeys. But I do want to, before we wrap up and do weekends, on Play Black Wall Street, I did a live, right? And the live title was Fighting COVID. Now, I do realize that maybe that title could have been a little disturbing to some people.
Yes. As
the queen put on the comments, I am healthy. I'm not fighting COVID. The purpose of that title was to say, like, things that you can do to fight COVID. All right.
And even when you say fight, I feel like you really mean like help prevent, serious illness from.
Yes.
Because fight still sounds like they're in the ring.
Listen. On Instagram live titles, I don't got a whole bunch of characters. Right? How to boost your immune system. Fighting COVID at the time sounded right. My bad if it stressed anybody out. But the point of that was to say, what are some specific things that we can do to boost our immune system in general, right? Whether it's the COVID, flu, cold, anything else, like how can we just naturally boost our immune system? And I talked about some things on the live, but I really wanted to bring in the health nerd herself to go through maybe 4-5 different things that folks can be doing naturally in order to really, get that rocky immune system going on.
Yep. So when we talk about our health journey, the reason why we do feel so good and the reason why we haven't really, knock on wood, gotten sick or ill in the past couple of years is because we have improved our immune system from all the different things that we talked about. So kind of want to just summarize 4 things that you can do to boost your immune system naturally. So cue graphic.
Oh, that was right. Come on, Jair. I see you.
I see you. So 1, eating fruits and vegetables. We talked about eating a nutrient-dense diet is definitely the way to go because your 70 to 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. So you need to feed it the nutrients that it needs to do its job. Otherwise, if you're consuming empty calories, which we talked about before, calories with no nutrients, your body really doesn't, your immune system, all of the cells that line your gut, they don't have anything to do what it needs to do. It's like, I need my magnesium, I need my calcium, I need my phosphate, I need my things. If you're not eating foods with these vitamins, with these minerals, your body is left at a loss. And it's got to use potato chips, it's got to use grease, it's got to use all these fat,
and that ain't it.
And that's not what it is.
That ain't it.
That's not what it is. So definitely eating fruits and vegetables, a great way to boost your immune system naturally. Another one, exercise. I feel like we don't always contribute or we don't always tie exercise in with our digestive system, but there is research, there is clinical evidence that shows that exercise helps positively the microbiome in your gut. So, and helps promote a good balance of good versus bad bacteria, and promotes the right bacteria, again, to help with digestion, to help your immune system, to help your body fight the pathogens that it deals with on a daily basis. So exercise definitely up there as well.
Nice.
Number 3, Cue graphic. Oh no, I do remember. It's meditate.
Mhm.
So meditate. Stress management is also very important because when your body is in that stressful situation, it goes into your fight or flight response. Right when you see a saber-toothed tiger or a bear or a
Move.
coyote.
Listen, if you in a neighborhood with saber-toothed tigers, I'm gonna need you to
That's
change
funny.
locations immediately. That's not the zip code for you.
Okay, coyote,
Yes.
more reasonable. You hike and you see a coyote, right? Your body goes into what's called the fight or flight or fight response. So you're either going to flight, aka run and get the heck out of there, or fight, which means you're going to put up the best fight you can to save your life. And there's a lot of things that happen in your body to help that that mode happen. Your adrenaline goes up, your cortisol levels go up. Your heartbeat goes faster, your blood pressure rises, all things that get you in the mode that if you need to, you can. But I bring that up to say all of that attention, all of that energy has to come from some place. So what your body actually does is diverts energy from things like digestion. It diverts the energy from digestion to doing all of those things, to keeping your blood pressure up. A good thing if you need to run away from a coyote. Not a good thing if you just sitting on the couch.
Over time.
Right. So all of those things, it diverts energy from digestion, which can lead to a whole bunch of issues. So definitely, and again, if your gut is not right, if your gut is not able to digest the food that you are eating and extract those nutrients, you're going to have problems with your immune system because again, it's not getting what it needs to fuel and fight those pathogens.
I want to do some more research on this, but I heard the gut is like your second brain.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the last one, Queen.
The last one is sunlight. So we talked about getting outside. The reason why sunlight is important is because your body needs vitamin D. You can only get vitamin D two ways. It's from your diet or from sunlight. So there are UV rays. Once your body absorbs, the UV rays, it synthesizes that and turns it into vitamin D. Our bodies have the ability to do that. If you're not getting sunlight and you're not eating a nutrient-dense, diet and getting those, or taking a vitamin D supplement, your body's going to be lacking in vitamin D, which again is something that helps modulate your immune system and your immune response. So once it introduces it's and both immune responses, your innate and your adaptive. Your innate is what you're born with, right? So those are the things that once you're born, your baby into the world.
Not the sound.
There are certain things that your body knows to fight, right? It already knows to fight these things if it sees them. Your adaptive immune system is, and yeah, words are not my friend today, is, oh, there's this new pathogen that just got introduced. Okay, let me interview you real quick. What's happening here? Let me size you up. Okay.
Are you a good buy or bad guy?
Right. No, you should not be here. So I've studied you, and the next time you come to this door, we ain't gonna let you through. And so it learns how to fight. It learns how to adapt to that pathogen.
Interesting, because that's exactly how a lot of malware works as well.
Right.
Oh, interesting. So I didn't want to leave y'all hanging, right? So we did that live video. I told you the Queen would come back with the hot fire. There are the 4 things that y'all can be doing. Shout out to the Play Black Wall Street community and team. Yes, we are a board game company, but as y'all can see, we are also very passionate and very educated on health in general. So talk to your health coaches, talk to your health professionals, but we're also going to be putting out even more health stuff for you all to consume. That way, while you're having fun with Black Wall Street, the board game, getting your economic health, your financial literacy up, your generational wealth up, you can also be making sure everybody's bodies, everybody's souls, everybody's minds is taken care of.
Absolutely.
Cool. So now let's go ahead and round it out. Queen, how was your week? And I know you got an appointment soon, so we can make it snappy.
My week was okay. I'm not really coming up with anything really good or really bad, so it's okay.
Gotcha. Okay, Jair, go ahead and pull up the last video, the last minute stuff.
Except our anniversary.
Is
that what you're about to talk about?
You know,
Duh.
ain't nothing except some flowers. twice.
He did. He sent two bouquets of flowers. I got one the day before. Thought that maybe it was early.
And then you kidnapped me.
I did kidnap
She
you.
tried to interrogate me on where we were going. She was like, blindfolded. Where are we going? Tell me.
No, I didn't. But I did set up a picnic for the king to celebrate our 2nd year anniversary. There we go. We had some delicious Korean barbecue with some cake and some wine.
Shout out to Ona and Palumi.
Yes,
much love.
Thank you. Had a nice little picnic, with the view of the lake. So that was nice. That the anniversary was definitely the highlight of the week.
Oh yeah, by far. So anyone out there celebrating love, celebrating anniversaries, whether you're married, whether you're domestic partners, or just y'all just rocking together, y'all just together. Hey, keep love alive. Send those flowers, do those surprise trips. Sometimes you got to throw in a blindfold in there. Have fun with it. Keep romance alive, y'all, please.
Yes.
All right. Queen, good? Cool. So, as usual, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another amazing and impactful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. What in the world, Sinclair?
Sorry.
What? You were doing all types of I'm your host, Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and professional dancer.
Hey, I'm Sinclair, aka
the Health Nerd. We hope y'all stay healthy. We hope y'all stay mentally wealthy. And of course, we hope y'all stay true.